Attaboy! Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is your friend Cartman, and today we're going to be taking a look in the clan capital to see if the graveyard spell is still viable after its second nerf, guys. And the short answer is yes, it is very viable. I've got a few different attack strategies I'm going to show you that I'm using with the graveyard spell. We'll jump right into those in just a second. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. And if you do like this video, please smash that like button for me. All right, guys, let's take a look at these reductions. All right, guys, you can see pretty much every level of graveyard spell did get a nerf. 2 skeletons on level 1 through 3 and 3 skeletons reduction on the max graveyard spell. So let's jump right into it. We got our first replay on Builder's Workshop. This is an army that I'm loving to use right now in Builder's Workshop, especially if it's close to the default layout. We've got our battle rams going in here just to open up these walls, get our deployment zone opened up, get our couple graveyard spells placed, and then we're going to start coming in with rocket loons to clear out the spear throwers and any other air targeting defenses here. And we want some of these balloons to die so we can start generating these air skeletons. And now we're going to just bring in one of our super dragons. And you can see right here how beautifully the rocket loons and these air skeletons start tanking for this super dragon. As long as you have tanking in front of the super dragon, nothing is going to target it. And you can just see right here, we're getting some great value with just one super dragon deployed. You don't want to spam them all in. That's an easy way to really limit your value you get from each super dragon. And the key is just being patient here because we want to create the mass tanking that we can for the super dragon. So right here, we're just going to let this super dragon continue to work. I know this is pretty slow. The super dragon is a notoriously slow troop. Once we get this deployment zone opened up, though, we're going to send in one rocket loon on the spear thrower, one on this air targeting defense here. And you can see we got that hidden Tesla that pops up in that back corner. But our super dragon is close to full health. So I'm choosing right here not to invest any more of our graveyard spells to help that super dragon. I'm going to count on it just roasting through that top corner. Now, in this top left-hand side, we have only the spear thrower, and there's going to be a hidden Tesla probably by the spear thrower. So we're going to go ahead and place our next super dragon over there. It's going to be able to roast through those 2 air targeting defenses so quickly and get some huge value up there. We've got our super dragon working in the middle of the base. And I've placed our last graveyard spell down here right around like 7:30. And we're going to be, or at 4:30, and we're going to be really patient. Once these air skeletons start popping, we're going to place our last super dragon. So that makes the air bombs and the air defenses target those air skellies. And we're actually going to be able to clear this whole section here at 4:30 with this one super dragon and just being patient and letting that tanking develop for it. And you can see right here, guys, we're already over 60% on this base. We've taken out so many of the air targeting defenses. We do have that blast bow left, but we're going to be able to get to that in our next attack with our graveyard spells, and we got it beautifully set up right here. Anytime you can clear 62% of the base on a district, you're looking pretty good. So right here, we're going to get our 2 graveyard spells down by the blast bow and by these the spear thrower and air defense on the right hand side. Start bringing in our rocket loons, and we're just going to start one at a time taking out these air targeting defenses and getting our skeletons to spawn. We're going to invest all of our rocket loons in this first push to the blast bow, and once we get everything down except the blast bow, we'll bring in this super dragon, and you can just see all the mass tanking from the right-hand side of the base from all these graveyard spells start coming across. And even though they've reduced the number of skeletons by a few, you're still generating almost 200 skeletons if you have the max graveyard spell by the time you have 6 graveyard spells down. So it is just massive right here. We have all these battle rams, so I'm just spamming them in right now. I don't really have any other place to put them. And you can see the mass tanking. Our Super Dragon's a little ahead of it on the left-hand side. And we're going to place one on the right, start clearing out these air targeting defenses. And there you have it, guys. We're going to swag one Super Dragon. We still have two Super Dragons up, and we have hundreds of air skellies up tanking right now. And that was just a devastating two-shot. All right, guys. Next up, we're going to be looking at Balloon Lagoon, and we're going to be coming in with the Rocket Loons with the Graveyard. And this is another one of my favorite strategies to use with the Graveyard spell. This is a super interesting base. I noticed right away there's not very many air targeting defenses. I mean, look at that top side. Look at all those cannons with very little to protect them. And so we're just going to be really patient with our Rocket Loons right up there. There's nothing that's going to be able to target them. Down the bottom side, we're going to try to clear out a little bit of this trash with some barbs. As you can see, we've opened up that area. There are quite a few traps in that corner. But our main focus right now is on this top side. We're going to get a couple battle rams on this top side here, so we can start opening up these walls to get to these Rocket Loons. And the Rocket Loon right here is just going to have just enough power to get this spear thrower taken out, and that is great because now look, there's nothing in that corner that can target air. And so we're going to bring one of our minion hordes in right there and just get some awesome value. And you can see we've opened up the entire right-hand side from 12 to 3 o'clock and pretty much all the way down to 6 o'clock. So we've got massive deployment areas right now. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these graveyards on the rocket artilleries and then one close to this air bomb spear thrower on the top side. Once these minions clear everything, we're going to start bringing in our Rocket Loons, targeting spear throwers, targeting rapid rockets. Anything that can target air is your number one priority. You don't really want to start targeting too many of the cannons or anything. You want to get into these air targeting defenses. Right now you can see we're able to get into this rocket artillery on that peninsula, and we're going to start moving in, taking out these rapid rockets, getting to this next rocket artillery where we have our graveyard spells on the left-hand side. So that's going to be great, getting two of the rocket artilleries down. You can see we just made a massive push. We are over 63% right now. That is just crazy on one attack. There's not much to target. A lot of these air targeting troops right now, they had so much exposed. So we've got our minions coming in. They're going to take out this one cannon, and we're going to send in our last set of Rocket Loons on the top side here to go toward this cannon and then to the air bombs. Get the cannon down, just do a little bit of splash on this air bomb, but look at that, guys, 70% on your opener, and that's mainly defensive buildings you took down, not just trash. That's awesome. We're going to come in again, pretty much the same army, use our battle rams, start opening up these deployment areas. You don't want to send your Rocket Loons from far across the base, not opening these deployment areas, because you're really losing the benefit of the Rocket Loon when it has the extra boost. So now that we can deploy our Rocket Loons very close, we're going to start targeting all these different defenses. We've got our additional graveyard spells down. We're hanging on to one that we're going to use in that back corner just to make sure we get this all taken down easily. Once these air skeletons start spawning, though, guys, it is just mass destruction. These poor defenses cannot target all of these air skellies plus these Rocket Loons. We're just coming in methodically, one at a time, take out these defenses, and there you go, guys. We've already swarmed and overwhelmed this base. You know, throw in the rest of our troops, and you can see it is just a balloon and skelly parade right now. Didn't even deploy all of our loons, and that's a nice and easy 2-hit. So if you don't like the Super Dragon army, the Rocket Loon army is just as strong. All right, guys, I've got one more replay to show you guys. This is actually going to be a ground army on Skeleton Park. I don't usually show ground armies with the graveyard spell, but they are very strong as well as the air, and I think different districts might be better suited for the air version, and some are better suited for this ground version. So this is the ground version I like to run. Now, Usually I don't run all battle rams. I usually have about 4 to 6 barbarians in there to create a funnel. As you can see right here, I've forgotten my barbarians. So my funnel is not very good to start out on this raid. We're going to get 2 graveyard spells down in front of our entry. Now we'll place the last one on this rocket artillery. Now we're going to start bringing in our battle rams. You probably want to start with about 10 or so of your battle rams. And then you want to bring in usually your super giants and then your super wizards in behind. Now the key is you don't want your super wizards to get out in front of these tanking troops because they will just get shredded. They just don't have the HP for all this mass damage. And I like always running these super giants because they are so tanky, they are so strong. These super giants are level 4. They're not even maxed out, but they take on so much damage and just protect these super wizards. And right now you can see we've gotten great value right here. We've chained through several defenses by that district hall, and we have quite a few of our super giants still up. And that's just the added benefit of adding the super giants to this army. I see a lot of people just using the battle rams with the super wizards, but when you have the giants in there, like right here, we have 1 super wizard up, but we're able to take out so many more defenses right here by having that extra tanking to finish off right here with those super giants. They have quite a bit of HP, I think over 3,000, so they're very, very strong. And you can see right here, guys, we have opened up this base very well. 43%, not too bad, not the greatest, but it's still very strong. Now we're going to be coming in again. Now this time I did remember my super barbarians. You can see they're going to be able to open up this deployment zone. We got 4 of them total. And now we're just going to start in, place our graveyard spells. We want to get as many skeletons down to tank as possible. Spread out our battle rams. We're going to bring in our super giants. And you want to spread them out just a little bit, and your wizards, just so they can't get taken out in one big blow by something. And you can see right here, our tanking is developing great in front of these super wizards. We're going to spread out a few more battle rams. You don't want to spread, put all the battle rams down at once. You want to wait to deploy some of them. Now we brought in those 3 barbarians. I don't know if you saw it on the top side while everything's kind of distracted, and they're able to push down on these defenses to the north of that little mountain range and really funnel all of our troops in here. And you can see right here, we've made a great push. Now there is the wizard tower and that bomb tower on the backside that are a little bit of a nuisance right here, plus that mortar. But the good news for us is we have those super giants. Just like I was explaining before, they are so tanky. So even though we've lost a lot of our skellies and that bomb tower is going to finish off a chunk of these skeletons again, these super giants just don't die. So you can see right here, we have 3 super giants still moving in. And even though now we've lost all of our skeletons, the super giants have helped us secure the 2-hit triple, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Until next time, clash on, my friends.